Of the art of inviting, for a variety of reasons. We have a big speaker event happening tomorrow night, and so it's always a timely topic when we have a big event that we're trying to promote. Can everybody hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay. But in general, I think, so much of our business is about inviting. If any of you are using Teamsy, when you add the invite button to your connection that you're logging, you kind of get points for that, right? That adds up to, they're tallying how many invites you're sending out over the course of the day. And the reason for that is, in our business, we're inviting to all kinds of things. Yes, we're inviting to events like Dr. Valerie Miles, who's coming to Portsmouth tomorrow night. But we're also inviting people to take a look at our products. We're inviting people to take a look at our business. We're inviting people to watch a video. We're inviting people to listen to a conference call. You might be inviting people to a Zoom or in-person one-to-one meeting to network with them, or just get to know them better and build a friendship, or share the Juice Plus products and business if it's gone to that point. And then we have our bigger events like our regionals and our boot camps and our conferences, and of course our weekly conference calls like this. For example, the Cortese call tonight is about your gut health. And so, that's a great opportunity to think about all the people in your memory jogger and your database who are having gut health issues, who are complaining about gut health issues, or maybe they have somebody in their family who's having gut health issues. I don't know too many people who don't have gut health issues, or, have been free of them their entire life. So it kind of applies to a lot of people. So you just, you kind of go through your memory jogger and you think about, and you start to jot down all the people, like, who can I invite to listen in on this call? Is one example of how to do that. And so then it's about, kind of the stages of inviting. And so I'm just going to start with kind of what I do with an event like Dr. Valerie Miles tomorrow night. She's traveling up here from Florida. She's coming to Portsmouth just for us. And this all came about because I went down to see her when she was up in Dedham, Massachusetts. Amy Caldecott and I went down, and Amy had some friends that lived in that area. So she had guests coming to that event. And first of all, Dr. Miles was amazing. Michelle came too. And, but I went to use the restroom. And as I came out, there was Dr. Miles putting on her makeup and freshening herself up to get ready to speak. And she actually was the one who struck up a conversation. She liked my dress or my shoes, I forget. And we started chatting. And, she wanted to know where I was from. And I told her New Hampshire. And she said, oh my gosh, we used to vacation in New Hampshire when I was a kid. I love New Hampshire. I would love to come up and speak for you guys sometime. And I was like, oh, okay. When can you come? So this started this conversation, and started, Kelly and I and Michelle organizing this event and finding out when she was available through the home office, etc. So, we got a flyer made by a woman who, can do that for us. And then I always like to put a Facebook event page together. The flyer is extremely important, but I also think the Facebook invite is important. And you can use the flyer for the cover photo for the Facebook invite. But the Facebook invite is a way to kind of get everybody that's in your database and in your memory jogger on that event page. And then you can post in that event page to remind them and to get them excited. And then Facebook is also sending them reminders. So it's a nice way to keep them plugged into the fact that this event is coming up. And so I usually put the event, if I can, I put the event page up about 6 weeks before the event. And then before I do any individual message invites, I just start going through, what Facebook is showing me for my friends of who to invite. And I just start hitting that invite button, invite. And I'll put in anywhere from 75 to 150 people on that event page. that is not the whole story, but that gets me started, right? So now hopefully those people are seeing that event page. Now, that doesn't always happen. For some reason with Facebook, you don't always see the event that you're invited to until a post has gone up in that event page. And then people start to see it. They get the notification of the post. So it's a good idea to put a post in the event page shortly after the event page goes up. And then over the course of that 6 weeks, you know, posting occasionally to kind of keep people plugged in and reminding them of the event. And I posted, I think it was a few weeks ago, a video of Dr. Valerie Miles, just to kind of give people a little bit of a taste of what she's like and what she's about. Kelly did a post today kind of reminding people to, like, you know, tell us if you're coming or not. We'd love to have you. And so then over the course of the 6 weeks, you know, I'm starting to, and Teamsy is helping me, right? Because I don't have to do everything all at once. I can be inviting every day over the next 6 weeks with individual messages. And I'm really looking at my memory jogger at, you know, who are those key people? Who are those people that I am talking to right now that are kind of on my hot list that I really want to get, you know, to hear this doctor, to get in front of our community, to meet the people in our community, to experience the culture of our community, and to really get this major third-party validation experience with a doctor speaking. And so, you know, right away, I'm trying to get those invites out first, those hot item people, to get those messages out. And the message is something like, you know, hi, so-and-so, how are you? You know, if you know that maybe they were just on a trip recently, or maybe, you know, something happened in their family, or, you know, could be good or bad, you know, how is your daughter doing? Or how was your trip? Or, you know, just ask them something about you, what you know might have just happened recently in their lives. And then you can either wait for them to respond, or you can just launch right into, you know, wondering if you can come to this upcoming event. I thought of you because. That's a really good, powerful statement, because people love the fact that you thought of them. And then, you know, so what's the reason you thought of them? You know, Dr. Miles is a pediatrician, and although she's going to speak on health, you know, about health of all ages, you know, she's sort of has this special slant on pediatrics. And, you know, you know, you have 3 children, and, you know, I know that you're kind of in and out of the doctor's office a lot. I just thought you would really enjoy hearing a pediatrician speak on health and nutrition. I would love to have you as my guest. Do you think you could come? And then you can wait and see, you know, if they get back to you with, yeah, that sounds amazing. When is it? Because you kind of want to create a little bit of a dialogue. If you dump all the information on them, they may be more likely to ignore you. So just like the way we do with a video, you know, if I sent you a video, would you watch it? It's kind of that same thing. You're sort of giving them a teaser of, like, you know, I'd love to have you at this event, prompting them to ask you, like, yeah, when, where, what, you know, when is it? And then you can send them the flyer. And hopefully they're already on the event page, but they may not be. So that's when you might add them to the event page, because then they're going to get the reminders to respond to you, because they may initially say, you know what, I need to check my calendar. But if they're on the Facebook event page, they're going to get reminders to respond there as well. And then, of course, you can always circle back with them. You can be sending that same invite, you know, right up until the day of the event. There are going to be people that you forgot. I mean, I'm running into that now. I'm like, oh shoot, I forgot to send her an invite. Damn it. You know, and then there are going to be people who, like, I have had a handful of people tell me right away early on that they were coming to this event, and now it's crickets. I'm checking in with them to confirm, and they're not getting back to me. So now I have no idea if they're actually coming or not. So, you know, but 1 to 2 days ahead of the event, you want to be sending out those confirmations, messages. Hey, you know, so-and-so, I'm just confirming that you're going to be at this event on Tuesday night. Can't wait to see you, you know. And so you're sort of taking on the attitude that they are coming, and hopefully that they get back to you and say, yeah, I can't wait. I'll see you then. And then the other thing about posting in the event page is not only is posting important, but liking and commenting on those posts. So, Kelly did a post today, and then I liked and commented on it, because anytime on Facebook that there's a like and a comment, more people are going to see it. More people are going to get a notification about it. There's more visibility. And that's true of our One Simple Change pages. That's true of any post. Try and support your fellow Juice Plus people, your sidelines, with likes and comments, because it just creates more activity on that post. And it just helps all of us, especially when it comes to an event. Something that I don't feel like I do enough of, and I'm going to start implementing more, especially for the bigger events where I want somebody to come to a regional or a conference. I'm picking up the phone and saying, do you have I'm texting and saying, do you have a minute to talk on the phone? I have something important I want to ask you. Or I would love to talk to you about conference, because it's such, an amazing game changer kind of an event, and I want to fill you in. This is, for your team that you really want there, or maybe even a prospect that's, you really want on your team. These are game-changing events that will help them make that decision to join your team and partner with you in the business. So that's kind of the big event inviting, but small events are so important, and you really want to be filling your calendar with those small events throughout the week. And what I mean by small events are one-to-ones, getting together with somebody for a coffee or a smoothie, getting together for a walk, doing a Zoom call, something where you're face-to-face and getting a chance to ask them a lot of questions, learn more about them if you don't know that much about them, or catch up if you haven't talked in a long time. This is an amazing way to start a relationship, build a relationship, come back to a relationship that was quiet for a while, because you never know where that relationship is going to go in terms of, at some point, they're going to probably ask you what you're up to. They're going to want to know what Juice Plus is all about, and you're going to get a chance to share that. And in the case of a networking opportunity, there's a give in there that you're each going to get a chance to share what you do for business and the types of referrals you're looking for. These are all considered events, and you really want to be filling your calendar throughout the week with these kinds of events. Something that I've been doing recently that's been kind of fun. So I belong to BNI, which is Business Networking International. And I have been talking about this forever. I finally did it. I went on the BNI Connect global site because I'm sort of thinking about countries where I want to have team, because I want to be traveling to those countries because I'm dying to visit those countries, and I want to have team in those countries so I can go there and visit my team there. And so I went on BNI Connect. I'm continuing to go on BNI Connect in different countries. And I am I'm looking at the chapters in these different towns and cities in these different countries. And then I'm starting with the English speaking countries because I figured that was an easier way to start. And I'm looking for people in the health and wellness industry. And then sometimes they have a way to connect with them right there. There's a way to message them through email, through the BNI website. Sometimes there isn't. So I have learned to use WhatsApp, which is a great way to connect with people internationally. And I can find them on WhatsApp with their phone number if they're on WhatsApp. And I'm literally saying this. This is to a woman in New Zealand. Hi, Tracy. This is Noel Schroeder. I am a member of BNI, New Hampshire, USA, looking to connect with fellow BNI members in New Zealand. I found you on the BNI website and wondered if you'd like to do a video chat one-to-one. I'm also in health and wellness and would love to network. And I've gotten an incredible response from New Zealanders and people in Scotland so far. I've been working on the UK, on England. I'm not getting as many from there yet, but it's just been really fun. And then we figure out the time difference and we schedule a Zoom call, and it's amazing. First of all, from a BNI perspective, we get to record that as a one-to-one. So we get like points for that, but also here's an opportunity to talk to somebody, in a different part of the world, get me out of New Hampshire for a little while, talk to some fresh faces and get some different perspective, help, how can I help them and how can they help me? And, and it's tricky because sometimes they have a local brick and mortar business. So it's going to be a little harder for me to help them. But what I tell them is, I'm starting to network with people in your area. So as I get to know more people through BNI in your area, I'm going to be able to, help you find connections, in your physical neighborhood. But a lot of the people that I'm connecting with also have a virtual practice. A lot of them are healers of one sort or another, like hypnotherapists, mind body coaches. And so they do sessions in person, but they also do Zoom or Skype sessions with people anywhere in the world. So, now that I know what this person does, I could refer them to anyone that I know anywhere and help them with referrals that way. So that's another way to, again, just you're inviting people to meet you, to get to know you, to connect, to make a connection, to learn about, you're going to learn about them and they're going to learn about you. And that's again, a given where you're going to get to share Juice Plus with them. I go to the Y and I take a bar class, and I am, making friends there all the time, acquaintances. And when it feels like the right timing, I might invite them to go for a walk after class or go get a coffee, because we've hit it off on some subject and, we seem to be, have a lot of things in common, and either they invite me or I invite them to head out, after class sometime. And then of course we have the in-home events. And so any of those people that I'm adding to my database, if they live in the area, we can invite them to in-home events as well. And so we've got, plenty of opportunities on a regular basis to invite them to, a smoothie party or a salad in a jar party, or, whatever's going on locally. And then of course, we're also doing a lot for our team. We're doing a lot of Zoom events. So Zoom call events that are focused on different products. So we did a Healthy Starts for Families call a couple of weeks ago. And of course, I was looking at my memory jogger for all the moms, who would want to know about that program and want to learn more. And, the people that clearly I've already talked to, they kind of know about it already, and now they have an opportunity to learn more. We have one coming up in a couple of weeks just focused on the complete. And so we're going to talk about the shakes and all of the benefits of the shakes, the recipes, the versatility of the shake mix, that you can make all kinds of things with them, and all of the health benefits. And so who in your memory jogger can you be inviting to that? Who is going to be, maybe they're just drawn to that product when they've looked at your product line, they've sort of said, yeah, I'm interested in the shakes, but they haven't taken that step to order any yet. Or maybe they're athletes and they're always looking for that something on the go. Or maybe, there's a potential of, they're borderline diabetic and they're looking for something to help them stabilize their blood sugar and their sugar cravings. So all kinds of people that we can invite to that event. And it's very similar. It's, it's very conversational. Hi, how are you? Make a reference to something that's going on in their life, and then wondering if you can join us for the Zoom call. We're going to feature, the complete superfood mix. We'd love to have you on. I'd love to have you on to learn more. Can you hop on? And something about keeping it casual, I think, is helpful too. Like, can you hop on this call, or can you join me for this event? Or, just not making it sound like a big deal, because I think that makes people nervous. So just keeping it casual, keeping it low key, but wanting them to know that you would love to have them there, making them feel special. And even for these Zoom call events, I'm putting together a Facebook event page, because it just feels like a really good organizational tool where you can dump your memory jogger into that event page and then start doing the individual messages. It's a way to kind of try not to forget anybody. Kelly, do you have anything you want to add there?
Well, I just got a text from Nancy Cummings who said Noel is rocking it. So I'm thinking that you covered more than I thought you were going to cover. So thank you so much for doing that.
Nancy, you're amazing. Thank you.
No, I mean, you really covered it beautifully. So
I think the only thing I left out was, following up after an event, just making sure that you message that person that did show up, or who, you might have a whole bunch of people, whether they got on a call or showed up to an in-person event, and just thank you so much for coming. I'm so glad you came. What was your favorite takeaway? What are your questions? And even like with this woman, I had a Zoom call last night with this woman in New Zealand, because at 5:00 Sunday night, it's 9:00 Monday morning in New Zealand. And, I just followed up with Facebook friending her and, saying, and I'm going to send her some information. But initially, before I even got to that, it was just like, thank you so much for your time. I, so appreciate you connecting with me. I hope to stay connected with you, in the future, something like that. So I just think thanking them is the most important thing. But then if it was an event where some information was shared, you want to hear their feedback. You want to hear their takeaways. You want to hear their questions. And that allows that conversation to continue. And if they're not ready, then you're just prepping them for the next event or the next video or the next conference call or the next something. Maybe it's a 3-way connection call, which I didn't talk about, but we're inviting to those too, because we want to get them in front of people who are going to help them see that bigger picture through that third-party validation. So we're storytellers and we're inviters. That's what we do in our business. We tell stories and we invite kind of all day long. Any questions? Anybody want to add anything?
Great job, Noel. I just want to add that in WhatsApp, you can actually have a video chat too on WhatsApp.
Yes, actually, I did see that. I haven't tried it yet.
And not only one, you can do like a conference too.
Oh, very cool. Thank you.
Not a conference, but multiple people. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Thanks, Natalia, my international friend.
Yes. Yeah. It's a pretty cool tool. I love it. I using all the time. Yeah.
I just had a Zoom call with a woman that took my yoga class in Boston like 10, 15 years ago. She has since moved to Seattle, but we've stayed in touch because she was on my mailing list and we became Facebook friends and Instagram friends. And so she's always liking and commenting on my posts and vice versa. And then I think she made a comment like last week and she said something about we need to catch up. And I said, well, let's do it. So I messaged her and said, let's do a Zoom call, and so we just did a Zoom call,
Awesome.
just a little while ago. And it was so much fun because I didn't know her that well when she took my yoga class. I knew her face, I would chat with her, but I didn't. So it was like this whole opportunity. And I never brought Juice Plus up except, just to kind of fill her into what I've been doing for the last 10 years and how I met Eric. But I never even went there about, do you want to learn about Juice Plus? Because I just wanted to make it about, getting to know her better and building the friendship.
Yeah. Yeah.
Noel, that was awesome. One thing that I just want to say is that it really is a numbers game. And, because lots of times at the beginning we feel like, okay, we can invite 15 or 20 people and we'll have guests. But it's really more like you said, you invited like 150 on your Facebook invite. But we have to reach out personally to 100 people. 100 texts if we really want to have people there.
If you want to have like 10 guests, you want to invite 100 because you might get 20 people that say yes, but then there's a really good chance that half of them will cancel at the last minute and you'll end up with 10. It's that ratio of, 2 out of 10. It's
what I do, Noel, with the live event, like for tomorrow night, I really wrote down the names of the key people that I'm really wanting to partner with.
Yeah.
You
Me
know,
too.
I mean, they're not even customers yet, but I know like these are people I want to partner with.
Right.
So those are people that are getting, you know, really, they're getting the phone call.
Yeah.
You know, they're getting that real personal, I don't know how to word it. I don't want to sound funny, but they're, you know, they're
Personal
getting that
attention.
personal approach, you know. And then, you know, for my customers and people that I always invite to events and people kind of on the periphery, maybe I've just recently met them, you know, I'm giving them, you know, that text or messenger message. But I think, you know, for my key prospects, I'm going to give them that personal approach. And ironically, it's the 6 guests that I have coming tomorrow are all people that are on my business prospect list.
That's great.
So, and it's that, you know, it's just.
So Kelly, because this is something that I falter and I need to do a better job of just picking up the phone and making that phone call. Do you, because typically people don't answer the phone. So do you leave a voicemail with the invite in the voicemail? So what do you tell us about that?
I just say, hey, I've got a question for you. You know, when you get a chance, can you give me a call back? You know, it's almost like the more simple and the more vague it is, the more chance you actually get a call back.
Yeah. No, I think that's great.
And, you know, I invite them and then use the text or the messenger as the follow through. But it's, I think with key people, because it's not realistic to think you're gonna make 100 phone calls. I mean, that's just not realistic. So, you know, if I take my top 5 or 10, you know, however many I have for that event, you know, I can make the conversation more personal, you know, like, hey, you know, how's the start of school going, and, you know, whatever. And then just be like, hey, so I had a question for you. You know, I know that being healthy is so important to you and your family. And with that in mind, there's an incredible event happening. And I think what happens in that approach is they hear your heart, they hear your voice, you know, sharing, you know, why you want them there. So, and it's interesting because you can hear their response. It's not oh yeah, no, sorry, I can't make, you know, they're like, oh my God, this sounds amazing. Okay, I'm going to see what, you know, like I may have to juggle something, you know, like they all of a sudden, like the important bar gets raised in their eyes because you've reached out to personally invite them.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And if you can pick them up because then they'll definitely show up.
Yeah, carpooling is a good thing.
Is a good
Offering
thing.
them a ride.
Except if you're picking up the speaker,
yeah,
and you have to take them and be a tourist in Portsmouth.
Yeah,
so that's not going to work.
Yeah, right, exactly. Any other thoughts or questions from anybody?
This was great. Thank you so much.
Oh,
Thank you, Noel.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
I'm looking for the
Natalia and I thank you extra special.
Oh, my pleasure.
Extra.
Well, I have to thank Michelle for filling in for me last week, so it's all good. Teamwork makes the
dream work.
Mm-hmm. So the next call is Love Your Body, Love Your Gut, Love Juice Plus with Sally Lane, QNMD. And the number is 712-770-5505. And the code is 505064#.
Supposed to be a good call.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. And I'm excited to see all of you that